Welcome back to the Owner's Playbook, where we talk about building a business you can one day leave, not just own. I am your host, Carol Dewey, and today we're diving into one of the most important and often most misunderstood parts of running a company, your financial performance and growth potential. Now, before you tune out, because this sounds like an accounting lecture, stick with me. This conversation isn't about debits and credits. It's about understanding the story your numbers are telling you and how to use that story to drive value, freedom, and scalability in your business. Because here's the truth. Too many owners are flying blind. They have a good feel for the business, what's selling, what's not, but they don't have a clear financial dashboard guiding their decisions. And when you don't measure the right things, you can't grow the right things. So today we're going to walk through how to know if your business is truly profitable, not just busy, the 5 financial levers that drive value, the hidden factors that predict sustainable growth, and how to create a performance mindset that fuels your next level. If you've ever wondered, am I really maximizing what this business could do? This episode is for you. Let's start with something simple. Your financial statements are a mirror. They don't judge, they don't exaggerate, they just reflect. The problem is most business owners never really look in that mirror. They rely on their CPA at tax time to tell them if they made any money. But that's like checking your pulse once a year and calling it a health plan. To build transferable value, the kind that buyers, investors, and even your future self will pay for, you have to measure what matters. Here's what I mean. Revenue tells you how loud the music is. Profit tells you whether the song makes sense. But cash flow, that's the rhythm. That's what keeps the business alive between the verses. When you manage by cash flow, you start to see how decisions ripple. You stop asking, can I afford this? And start asking, what will this investment return? So ask yourself, when's the last time you read your income statement and balance sheet side by side, not just for taxes, but for strategy? Because what you don't measure will manage you. Here's where most owners get tripped up. Profitability and performance are not the same thing. You can have a profitable business that's unhealthy because all the profit depends on you. Or you can have a high-performing business that's temporarily unprofitable because you're reinvesting to scale. True performance is about efficiency, resilience, and repeatability. So let's break that down. Efficiency. How well do you turn $1 of sales into $1 of profit? What are your gross margins telling you about pricing and process control? Resilience. How consistently can you produce results, even when the economy shifts or a key person leaves? Repeatability. How much of your success depends on systems instead of heroic effort? If your answer is, we're still too reliant on me, that's not failure. It's awareness. Awareness is the first step toward growth. One of my mentors used to say, if your business can't run without you, you don't own a company, you own a job. And that's not what we're building here. Now, let's talk about the levers that drive both performance and value. There are 5 I want you to focus on. Revenue growth. Not just top-line growth, but quality growth, consistent, diversified, and strategically aligned with your best customers. Profit margins. This is your discipline meter. The most valuable companies aren't the ones with the most sales. They're the ones with the most margin control. Cash flow management. Healthy companies generate cash internally. If you're always chasing receivables, your growth is an illusion. Reinvestment rate. How much are you putting back into systems, people, and process improvement? Growth requires fuel. Owner independence. This is the invisible lever. The less the business relies on you, the more valuable it becomes. When these 5 levers move together, you build something that's not just profitable, it's scalable. Now let's talk about what I call the treadmill trap. It happens when business owners mistake activity for performance. You're running hard, revenue's coming in, maybe even record sales, but profits aren't growing, stress is rising, and cash feels tight. You're busy, but not building. Does that sound familiar? This is where growth potential gets lost. You can't scale chaos. You can only multiply it. To get off the treadmill, you have to build capacity before demand. That means investing in processes before people burn out, training your managers to lead, not just do, watching your cash conversation or your cash conversion cycle like it's oxygen, because it is. That's what separates a business that survives from one that scales. If you're still on the treadmill, it's time to slow down long enough to ask, what am I building? A business that runs or a business that depends on me to run it? Now let's shift to growth potential, because this is where performance becomes personal. Growth potential is your freedom score. It measures how much opportunity, control, and choice you have. Because a company with real growth potential gives you options. Sell, scale, step back, or stay forever. To assess it, look at 4 key areas. Market opportunity. Is your niche growing or shrinking? Are you leading your category or reacting to it? And scalability. Can your systems, pricing, and people handle double the volume without breaking? And innovation. How often are you evolving your offer to delivery model? Businesses that stop innovating start declining. And talent depth. Can the business function without you making every major decision? If not, that's your next growth lever. Remember, buyers don't pay for potential you can't prove. They pay for repeatable performance and visible scalability. So, if you're serious about building a business you can one day leave, start building one that can grow without you. That's how you move from success to significance. Here's where it gets real. Performance isn't just numbers, it's a mindset. It's about shifting your operator from your operator mindset to architect. Operators fix problems. Architects design systems that prevent them. So here's your challenge. Spend 1 hour this week reviewing your financials, not as an owner, but as a buyer. If you were acquiring your company today, what questions would you ask? Are margins consistent? Is revenue predictable? Are systems documented? Does leadership extend beyond the founder? Answering those questions honestly will tell you how ready your business and you really are for next level growth. So let's recap. Financial performance tells the story of your business today. Growth potential reveals the future your business can create. The 5 levers, revenue, margin, cash flow, reinvestment, and independence, drive both. And the mindset shift from operator to architect determines how far you can go. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be intentional. Every great transition starts with awareness. Every great outcome starts with preparation. And every great business owner eventually realizes your numbers aren't just history, they're direction. So here's my invitation. If you want to understand how your business truly performs and what's holding back its growth potential, let's build your next level strategy together. Schedule your complimentary 21-point business readiness assessment and take the first step toward clarity, confidence, and control. I'm Carol Dewey, and this is the Owner's Playbook, because when you understand your numbers, you don't just manage a business, you build freedom.